Hello, everybody. It is I, Grum. I am Grum. I am here in a new place. It's familiar in that it is largely the same desk, very similar setup, all that fun stuff. All that fun stuff. But it is different in that it's in a different physical location than it has been in the past. But I hope you're all doing good, doing grand, doing wonderful. Let me make sure I share my screen here. There we go. That's the one I want. There we go. Excellent. Excellent. What's going on here? We're not... you see... when you move, it turns out when you move, everything changes in the sense of like where you're, like all your inputs and stuff, right? Because then if you don't plug everything in correctly, then it will not, it won't play well together. Is what I've found out in doing all this stuff. Well, we can talk about it, but I hope you're all doing good, doing great, doing wonderful. It is Monday, March 30th, 2026. And that's the damnedest truth to the day. That's what we got here. I hope you're all doing good, doing grand, doing wonderful. We're all hanging out today. I guess, where's my face so I can show, there it is. Hello. Hi, everybody. Wait, hold on. If no one has said it to you yet today, let me be the first one to say it to you. I love you. There we go. All right. So we got stuff kind of where it's going to be. It's going to flip though, right? Because I actually would like to be on that side of the room. Okay. Now there's a lot of space over there. There's roughly a whole nother desk on that side, in terms of like spacing. But whether or not I will be able, I want to be over there because here's a nice like square wall, like right. You can see a little bit right here. You see the little bit of the railing, right? It's not it's not terrible, right? But like there's like you know there's some space to be used, right? There's space to be managed. There is space to be there's space to be utilized, right? Now I did think about going on the far side, right, and then having a really like full over on this side. Like having all this, it just didn't work the way I wanted it to, right? In terms of like, it didn't have the openness I wanted it to have everything to do all the stuff that I wanted to do. These guys, the other thing about like when you move is you realize just how dirty everything was. That you had been holding off on cleaning off on some stuff just because you're like, oh, well, I'm moving in like 2 weeks. And then that 2 weeks turns into an extra couple weeks because you're like, oh, actually, since we're not there, we might as well get this done. So there's a bunch of stuff that like I was like, oh, hey, like I got some dust collecting in some keyboards and some controller spaces. It's really nasty. And the reason why I'm talking about it is because I feel like it's a disservice, you know, to act like it's not a dirty whatchamacallit. But you kind of get, it's not a dirty like realization, right? Where you're like, oh, that's all disgusting. But the good news is, when you move in, you can clean stuff and you can take, you know, pencils into the crevices of your controllers to really get everything nice and clean so it feels like you're doing anything viable. But we're here. We're just gonna be doing a little bit of some whatchamacallit, shiny hunting, to see what exactly where we're at in terms of. I have so many. I did a lot of There's a lot. There's a lot of shinies now. We left last time and there was like this box, maybe this box, right? And then it turned into this box, and then this box, and then this is where the dupes start, right about here. Actually, it's right here. This Charizard is where it starts. The dupes start. So I have, in terms of, I actually made myself a little home tracker thing, so I can see which Pokemon I have to complete. That I need to get. So it's actually I feel pretty good about it. So I need to get how many, if I'm looking at this right. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, actually, I can go to this one. Right, one. How many is this? Is this going to tell me? I need 67 more Pokemon. Actually, hold on. I did not update this because I do have all the Squawkabillies, I believe. I believe I did get all the Squawkabillies. I did. That shows you I'm not doing myself a service, the proper services here, right? I got Golett and Golurk, and then I got all 4 of the Squawkabillies. I did not get. I do not have. Yeah. Okay. So did I get? I did get Zangoose though, right? I didn't get Zangoose. Why didn't I get? I did not get the Zangoose. I did not. Oh, I do have Mime, but not Mime. I have Mime. I do have Seviper. I did not get. I do have Rayquaza, don't I? I have yeah. Okay. Well, it just did weird. All right. Trying to. The thing is, like, I update stuff and then I don't pay attention when I'm updating it. I do have Strudel. I just saw Strudel, right? Yeah. No, I don't have Strudel. I have Regify, so I need to get another one. Gulpin? I thought I had a Gulpin. I thought I'd been Gulpin. Yeah, there's a Gulpin. Gulpin, I'll evolve it into a Swalot. More Peko I don't have. I don't have Runerigus. Do I have... I do have both in DD forms. Do I have Chingling? I do, but not Chimecho. Feebas. Who else do I have here? Did I catch I did not. I did catch Torchic, which means I will have Combusken and Blaziken. I do need to go back there because I will have Swalot, and I will get Mr. Mime, but not the Galarian form. Gimme Ghoul. Don't have. I gotta get the rest of the Gimme Ghouls. Dondozo I need to get. Scovillain I have. And the Porygon. Do I have Farfetch? Scizz. I do not. I do not have the Farfetches. I do need to get another Yamask so I can get the, whatchamacallit. Alright, so, as far as my regular living dex, that brought it down a good amount. 48, so that was 19 I just checked off. So, 48 Pokemon that I need to get, just in general. And then I will probably do, what I need to do is I need to take account of my shinies. I just know that I gotta go through all this at some point. And I guess I do have a more, I thought I had a shiny Morpeko. Maybe I don't. Perhaps I don't. I do have shiny Yamask, but not the Galarian form. So, I do need to go through this. The problem is I have so much. I don't have all this. I don't have the extra space I would like to have. Right? I only got like, what, 1, 2 boxes, really, plus this, which is 4. So 3 boxes. And I keep catching a lot of shinies, and I don't want to release them just yet, just because I feel like that's a waste of it, right? All right. What ones do I have here? Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good fighting one. Poison. Oh, hey, look, I can get Shroodle. All right, so it's almost the daytime. I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to do something, and I may have almost lost. I only got a quarter of the day because I wasn't paying attention. Freak, it's up there. Damn it. A hike and a half. I always hate when it's not on the ground floor. It should be on the floor with me. I'm on the ground, it should be on the ground. No, don't climb down. It's the one. Let me go up. What the hell's going on here? Psst. That's crazy. That's crazy. Just... Thank you. Thank you. Jeez. I just want the good stuff here. Oh, alright, so this is what? Level 1. I have sparklings, but I don't want to use them. I might actually, let me see, which ones do I have? Alright, sparkling 3 is water. I think that's the first sparkling I got. Yeah. What else we got? Sparkling ice, sparkling steel, sparkling all types, sparkling bug, sparkling rock, sparkling fighting, sparkling psychic, fighting. Okay, so I can use that on the one, and then grass. Okay. Okay, so I'm covered. Let's see. Let's go. I want my. If I can't get the whatchamacallit, yeah, I want the encounter power to be higher. I'm looking. I'll take a normal for catching, or poison, obviously. Water, fairy, dark, all types. Not terrible, but not. Feels like a waste. Fire, electric, bug, ice, fighting, electric, fighting, psychic, dark. All right, so now we're starting to get to where it's just not worth it because I want the encounter power to be perfect. Found literally the perfect one. I don't know how. I should say I don't how everybody does their stuff here. All right, so what I like to do is I actually need to catch wild Pokemon, and I'm gonna actually just catch. Give me this one. I actually like to go through and get all this first, right? No, not the Pokeball. Where's my repeat ball? Like, I have enough Venipedes that I don't want to try to catch the Venipedes. I know other people. I don't know. I know. I feel like I need to get the berries, you know, and this is a decent way to get berries and whatnot. Even though this is not really helping me all that much because this is like a 1-star. Did I not break that? Break that. Get in the ball. Okay. So now I can go up top and get that. Leave me alone, Ekans. And then I'll just start resetting. Because then I will be able to... I probably should try to catch a Shroodle, a regular Shroodle. But I also have like 34 minutes to kill here. So... It's like, do I really need to do all that if I can just... That's the last one. Oh no, there's some over here. Okay. See, like, that's not bad. Where's the other one? Guys, no, get away. Where's another one? Where did I see? I thought there was another... I thought there was another Pokeball. Did I only see the one? Oh, there it is. I was like... Alright. Now we just reset over and over again. So this will be fun. But yeah. So we moved Tuesday. And I should say, well, let's see. Let's start at the beginning. So me and Katie bought the house. I think I talked about this early in the DSPL season because it was around the time we bought the house, the season started, which we will have a stream. Obviously, I want to see how the new internet holds up to streaming at night, and then we can see where we go from that, right? So we'll have playoffs, round 1 and round 2, the quarterfinals will be, I'll have those games. Ooh, alpha. I will catch the alpha because I need one. All right. No, stop chasing me, little guys. Stop it. No, go away. Okay. But yeah, so we'll do that. We'll do this, right? Bring the volume up a little bit there. Yeah, so we bought the house in... Oh, it's... here, I should actually get rid of this target here. Just because we don't have any target at the moment in particular. I'm just kind of hunting. I'm taking whatever. Right? Because I think I have 2 shiny Ekans. But yeah, we... in December... We bought the house, bought the house December. Went under contract in December. Made settlement in January. Here's so I have 1. I need another one. Okay. Actually, do I have 3? Oh, I do need a shiny Venipede. Okay. So in January we made the settlement. There's another one here, but Yeah, there it is. Go here, please. Thank you. Made settlement in January. And then between like mid-January, like a week before my birthday, give or take. And again, I think I touched on it around my birthday. We had the floors redone. Because it was carpet in like all but one room. So we ripped up the carpet. We had to rip up wallpaper, painting. It was a project that probably could have gone faster, but we were also kind of beholden to the hardwood floor guy's schedule. He wasn't going to be able to get out to the house until late February. And then we were like, well, let's also we had like vermiculite in the house. And if you don't know what vermiculite is, it's like this old insulation that they mined from, like, I think it was Montana. And one of the mines that they mined this stuff, was like they hit like an ore of asbestos. So like there was asbestos in the vermiculite. We had ours tested. There was no asbestos in it, but we got it removed anyways, because it's not really effective as a insulation anymore. Like it's one of those like, oh hey, well, you know, hey, everybody's getting their house vermiculite. It's like, not really. So that wasn't done until June, like early March, like mid-March-ish. So we did that, and then we had a couple more projects we wanted to do in the house before we moved in, and then we moved in last Tuesday, and it was an easy. We got movers because fuck moving. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you could afford it, get movers. Get movers for a move. It is so much easier than moving your own shit, especially if you're going from like an apartment to a house, because it really makes you go, wow, I have a lot of stuff. But then you get into a house, you're like, wow. Ooh, is that a shiny? I think that is a shiny. Yeah, it is a shiny. Cool. Is it a shiny alpha? No. So it was very good to have that experience with a mover, with movers. They're just great. Get movers. They didn't fuck up the floors. They got everything. They put everything in roughly the right spots. Anything that was... There's a couple things that like are in the upstairs bedrooms that it's in the wrong bedroom, but it's not like a major thing outside of like a dresser. But that's easy enough to move. I guess the other thing that happened that kind of did complicate all this... Not complicate. That's not the right word. But it did provide an extra layer of double alpha, of difficulty. And that would be the fact that, so at the beginning of, the month, Katie was in the hospital for a cerebral spinal fluid leak, which sounds bad, and it's not good. It's not good. Basically, the fluid that like your brain floats in, but also like your spine, like the innards of your spine as well kind of float in, was like leaking and causing her headaches. Like she would sit up and she would have this killer headache, like debilitating headache. And then when she laid down, it was, more of a, whatchamacallit? What's the word I want to look for here? Pin this message. No, I don't want to pin this message. No, I want to, there we go. Thank you. That's the one. That's the button I was looking for. I was going to say, she'd, lay down and it'd be better, right? It is kind of scary to think about that, right? Like, she had like what was being classified as an extensive leak, because it was like the entire length of her spine. And shout out, Def Not Who You Think, for being a doctor, and like something I could be like, hey, so my wife's going through this. What's going on here? And he was like, that's interesting. Haven't really solved that, but it's not impossible. And turned out she got an MRI. It was exactly what it was. And they did a blood patch procedure where they take blood out of your arm and they like put it into your spine so that it clots and, replaces the spinal fluid, and because that's all that your spinal fluid is like filtered blood. So they replaced that and she's feeling much better, but the reason why it causes like a layer of an additional obstacle or something was along the lines of she's now not like, she can't like lift things, right? So it means that, like literally, like the doctor's like, I wouldn't lift anything, but you can lift up to 10 pounds, but I wouldn't. Like, I wouldn't recommend it. Like, you can, I wouldn't recommend it for a little bit. So she, Katie was like, okay, I guess I'm like, wow, you just got out of like moving, like helping with the move. But she did do, like, she helped pack stuff. She did what she could. She pushed herself a little bit, and I did yell at her. Don't worry, I did yell at her for pushing herself. Do I have any shiny Shroodles here? No. I do see the shiny Venipede. Is there a shiny Ekans? No. But yeah, so she was doing that, obviously. And that was there we go, that works. She was like recovering from that while we were, what's the word? While we were setting up the move and everything. So the move went smoothly. Everything, the movers came by around 8 o'clock, and we were all moved in. Everything was moved into the house by like 1:30, 2 o'clock. What up, Warren? New place. That's right. That's right. New place. New place. You can even see that's how you know it's new, because there's a stair here. There's a staircase here. There wasn't always a staircase behind me. I am in the basement once more of a house. However, it is my house. A house I pay for in addition, or in combination with my wife, who also pays for that, right? So it is cool to own a house. A singular stair. Well, it's a staircase. It's a staircase, Arn. There's more than one stair. Maybe I'll do like a little like tour thing. Like a little like, edited like walkthrough for the community. Anybody who would like to see that. But we got a nice little setup here. 3 bedrooms. We're turning one of the bedrooms into Katie's office for now. So we got a guest room, and our bedroom, Katie's office, and kitchen, right? 2 bathrooms. Although the one bathroom, so here's the thing, right? The joys of buying a house. When you buy a house, right? Like I saw or Katie found like a TikTok, and it's like the joys of buying a house is like just seeing what pisses you off from your previous owner. And like we had that with like the wallpaper, or at least I did, right? At first, I think Katie did too. Of like this fucking wallpaper was the entire it was the first. It went from it was the staircase to the second floor landing. So it was not the entire house, but it was. If it was the entire house, I think I would have stopped and got a professional to come out and get rid of like remove it, because there was so much of it, man, and it was such a pain in the ass to fix. The just absolute annoyance that is like wallpaper is definitely the number one thing of like, wow, like, you know, that was the one choice. The second choice is like our washer dryer setup. The dryer doesn't vent outside, so like if you run the dryer, it blows the hot air out into the basement, and it's like damp hot air. It's not great, right? So you got to open up the basement windows, which right now it's not bad because it's getting warmer, but that is something we're looking into. And then our washer, like because the washer and the dryer in the basement, we need a pump to fight gravity to have the water go into the sewage line while fighting gravity. But the pump is not an automatic pump, so we have to like plug it in ourselves for it to work. Is that 2 shinies now? I believe that is 2 shinies. I got 2 shiny Venipedes. So, look at that handsome man. Hello, Johnner. Hey, bud. Oh, Johnner. Some incredible I'm going to jump ahead to the talking about that new house here. So it's Tuesday night and Wednesday night we just kind of like took care of some stuff. Thursday night was kind of our first night where we were able to relax in our own home, and we watched our wedding video. Our videographer and photographer got us everything like a couple days before we moved, which was awesome timing. So we watched it. I cried. Johnner was at the wedding. I did not cry just because Johnner was at the wedding, but Johnner being at the wedding was a part of the reason that I cried. But there's an awesome spot where it's like me, you, Katie, Megan, we're all dancing, and I think we're singing Lovely Day. And it's really cool. The videographers told me, like, I asked for the raw footage, and he said, just let me know how you would like it. Is that now 3 or just 2? It's still 2. And I said, okay, yeah, no problem. And now I gotta get a new, he's like, it's about 2 terabytes. And I was like, I'm going to need to get some, I need to get another external drive. Because I do not have the space on any of my external hard drives for that just yet. So I need to get that. But yes, so that was jumping ahead a little bit. But no, the other thing, which is less of an annoyance because I understand why the previous owners did it. So the previous owner of the house was the original owner of the house. This house was built in the 50s. And the previous owner, like, they bought it. It was their first house, and they bought it. They lived in it. She now lives in a senior assisted living facility, and she has for the last, like, 2 years. which means that they kind of just turned off all the water and everything in this, in here, in the house, right? Which isn't a problem per se, because you're like, okay, well, yeah, like, cool. Don't got to worry about, like, you know, this or that, whatever. But well before that, they drained the upstairs toilet so that the back of the toilet, where the tank, right, that stores the water that it flushes, you know, and flushes it clean, that was completely drained. Well, that was not used and was dry for so long that it literally dry rotted. So the entire guts of the tank it's no good. So we have an upstairs bathroom that is obviously, that's awesome. That's not, yeah, it sounds awesome, right? Like, dude, the guts are dried out. Like, yeah, hell yeah. But the downside is, like, now if I want to use the bathroom at night, I have to go down the stairs, right? So I have to go downstairs to use the downstairs bathroom, which wakes me up because I am walking downstairs. So we went from having our apartment with a built-in master bathroom. I have water. My room is full of it. What do you mean your room is full of water, Johnner? Your room should not be full of water. Why is your room full of water? Johnner, what is going on here? Well, yes, that is where the water is supposed to be. The water is supposed to be in a well, not in your room, unless it's in a jar. Like, I have a jar here. I have a jar. By the way, this, because I'm now in like, we have a nice little, like, I'm now able to have the cup holder on the edge here once more. Boiler next to my room burst. That's no good. That's not how that's supposed to happen. You know that, right? Like, they're not supposed to burst. They're not supposed to burst. I need to, like, get headphones that, like, I need to get tighter headphones, because this is great. This is fantastic. This is fine. Do I have any shiny Shroodles yet? Not a single one, dude. The fuck? Well, it won't be my problem for much longer. Oh? John, are you getting your own place? Can I crash on the couch? Dibs on crashing on the couch. I'm gonna be dibsing or you can crash. Look, John, you can crash in the guest bedroom. There's a lot of clothes in there currently. I'm inspired by my good married friend. Well, you have another married friend? I know. So it's not my own house. Well, I mean, it's not your house yet. But I will have my own place. That's awesome. That is awesome. I love that for you. We'll have, where is it still on the island? Or is it yeah, nice, cool. That's awesome. So is it, how much of your second arm after an arm and a leg are you paying for rent? There's one. There's a Shroodle. I see a shiny Shroodle. Cool. All right. All of it. So it's 2 arms and a leg, or is it 2 arms, a leg, and like a part, and like a leg and a half? I can't imagine it's cheap. I can't imagine it's cheap at all. But actually, a different married friend is giving an amazing deal. That's good. That's good. That's awesome. Actually, now that I think about it, John, me and Katie. Well, she also, by the way. All right, this is another part I forgot to talk about this. This journey of moving, right? So, like I said, Katie was in the hospital for a cerebral spinal fluid leak, right? At the beginning of this month. The Monday. So how that all happened, she went on a work trip, came back, had a headache, thought it was just like, traveling, she was at a convention type thing for work. So I'm like, oh, you got the con crud. And then we went to the hospital that Monday. She's like, I still don't feel good. Like, I don't know why. I have a headache. I don't feel great. It's a headache that only is there when it's bad when I'm standing up. So we went to the doctor. They couldn't find anything. Or else. Yeah, she is, John. She took your threat. She heeded your threat. It worked. That was 80% of what it was. 80% Johnner threatening her and 20% modern medicine. Actually, it was probably 75. It's actually probably 75 you threatening her, 20% Def sending a picture of his baby eating yogurt, and 5% modern medicine. So we went to the hospital. They couldn't find anything, and they were like, we can give you this stuff, but we don't see a reason to admit you right now. So take this medicine, get this prescription. If he feels better, awesome. If not, please come back to the hospital or a hospital. And a week later, after doing an interview, her second to last interview with a new company, she got on the phone, or she was like, I don't feel good. I want to go to the hospital. I'm like, oh yeah. So took her to the hospital. She gets admitted on Monday night. Tuesday, her new job reaches out to her and is like, hey, we'd like to do one more interview with another member of the management team who could not make it on Monday. Does tomorrow sound good? And Katie goes, yes, I can do that. And I said, you are in the hospital. How are you going to do this? Because if the doctors come in and be like, hey, we can get you in for an MRI or we can get you in for an MRI, at the same time as the interview, what are you going to tell them? Well, I'll just tell them that something like a health emergency came up. Do not tell her what she can and can't do. Johnner, you're not wrong. But I was like, I don't think you should. And she didn't listen to me either way, especially during this month. This is true. This is you're right. You're 100% right. Yes. On the International Women's Month. Yes. Women's History Month. Is that another Strudel? No. So she does the last interview a couple hours after an MRI, or they did the MRI overnight. Her nurses okayed putting a sign that said "Do not disturb" between 2:00 and 3:00, which is crazy to me. That they were like, yeah, no problem. We'll put a sign up. So she literally set up, her laptop for an interview and interviewed while leaking cerebral spinal fluid. And then Friday, she gets the procedure. An hour after her procedure, she gets the job offer. So she got the job, which is great. She's going to be doing a lot less traveling. And the traveling she is going to be doing, it's all local. She's going to be home, at night. Every night, unless she's, just as tired. But even then, she's like, I'm just gonna suck it up and drive, and that's fine. Makes sense. I would do it too. So she did all that. I was like, wow, that's crazy. She's insane. She's an absolute nut. But tell her I said that's cool, I guess. But I'm so excited for her. Okay, we'll do. We'll do. Well, so the reason, only tell her, I got you. So is that another one? Is that 3 shiny Venipedes? I think that's a third one up there. Turn around to see if, that is. So the reason I bring all that up is to say that we originally had planned in May to go up to New York for a week because we had a family wedding. her cousin's getting married on like a Sunday. No, on a Saturday. Yeah, the Saturday before so the week before, or like I guess like so there's 2 weddings the week before Memorial Day. So we were just gonna like lean into Memorial Day and just like go the whole, do a whole week, off. And she's like, I don't know if I can take it off now because of her, like, I don't know if she officially has a probationary period at work. But yeah. All right, let's see here. Can I want to keep them there, but I want to see if there's a shiny Ekans. No. So I was gonna be like, oh, cool, like, we can go hang out with John, or, maybe we'll go to Long Island for a little trip and enjoy the scenery of Long Island. Yeah, Long Island, yeah. It's so ugly. Because they were like, all right, well, if we're gonna be in New York, right? Like, we do a couple of weeks. We can go to Boston for a day. Like, go to some New England-y stuff in May. I think we were gonna like try to go to Salem. For like a day or two, or just because the way it worked out was one of the weddings is on a Saturday, and I think it's the first one, so it's a Saturday Sunday, and then it's the week before Memorial Day, week before Memorial Day, and then like the next wedding is on the Sunday before Memorial Day. And as somebody who has just had a Sunday. Well, soon you can have a couch if I have one by then. Awesome. You mean like a couch to crash on, right? Not like you're giving me a couch. We have one of the couches over there. I got one of the couches down here. So that, why not? Fair enough. No. So, would just have it's not a great couch, but it's one of these things where, like, if I have friends who are over that are into content and, like, somebody's crashing, it's like, hey, let's just do like some couch co-op stuff, literally on the couch. Like, that could be fun. But that's also like the 90s. Exactly, genre. I'm talking split screen, or just like online couch co-op where like we set up. I will get the So over behind me, the plan is to have this shelf, and like have like my Xbox 360, the PS2, I think I got rid of the PS3, the N64, the Switch. I think I have my old Wii is at my mom's house. There's a couple of things. There's a lot of stuff I got to go through as well. But just so that, like, kind of have like a nice little whatchamacallit, little background. And I don't know if I showed this. On stream when I got it. And I think I intentionally did not, now that I think about it. My brother, who, John, you met my brother, for his wedding, as his best man, he got me a wrestling poster that I said I would hang up in the man cave / stream office when we bought a house. I also have like some, like my sister got me like a neon light Yoshi thing that I've wanted to have, that she got it for me the year I moved out of my mom's house. So I couldn't put it up on I could not put it up on the apartment walls because it just, I would have to, it would require, I would want to put some nails into the wall and make it so that I could literally have that be secure. And didn't want to risk a whatchamacallit, risk a risk, what am I trying to say? Risk a security deposit not being returned, which might not happen anyways. Either way, I want one more Strudel because I want to knock out the shiny Strudels now, and I also want a shiny Ekans, but we'll see if we can get that. So there's stuff I'm gonna put up, but I earlier, John and Orion, I want to flip this. I want to be on this. I want where I'm at now to be behind me because it's a nice, like, it's a nice flat wall that I can, like, there's also a window, but I can also, like, you know, curtain that off or whatever, you know, so that it, it's a flat wall that doesn't have the stair, over the corner. But there's no outlets on that side. So we gotta get some outlets on there so I can plug stuff in. And when inputting new outlets over there, I'm going to make sure that they are of this century, at the very least. No, the ones currently down here are good. They are safe. Is it still just the one fucking Strudel? Come on, one more Strudel. One more Strudel. I'll trade that one Venipede for a Strudel. Man, no shiny Ekans either. Nope. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm happy. We own a home. In an attempt to not get all mushy, and real and have emotions and be a authentic person on the internet, which is very, very few and far between. Where is this one sending me? There was a long time in my life where I did not have like a long-term idea or picture of what I wanted to do with my life, for a variety of reasons. A lot of depression, a lot of sad stuff, and the only thing I thought about in my life was like, I want to own a home, right? Like when people are like, what do you want to do? What do you want to do in life? I'm like, I want to, I'd come up with like, oh, I want to do this, or, and it's like, I don't know if I really wanted to do that. But I'll tell you what I did want to do. I wanted to own a home. Like, I wanted to have a house. I wanted to have something I owned over my head that was mine, whether it was with somebody or not, right? Like, like, for a while, like in 2020, I had plans to, like, I had plans to move to Canada, and I had started saving in like 2019. I was going to move to Canada with like, some money in my pocket and, figure it out up there, right? Because I had American money, so I could have with just enough amount of money, I could have like owned like Manitoba, you know. I could have owned an entire province. There's so much land up there. There's so much land, but there's no hospitable land up there. Some, too far north. But, I wanted to, I was like, well, there's nothing like here, like families here, but I kind of wanted to see what was out there elsewhere, right? Then the pandemic happened, and then I got really depressed. And then I was like, well, it can't get any worse than it currently is, but let's hold out hope that it can. And it didn't. In fact, it got much better. I started dating Katie, all that stuff. But, right, I was like, I would just want to own a home. I want to own a home, right? I don't care where. I don't care with who. I wanted to own a home. I wanted to have the ability to have a roof over my head that I was paying for, that I owned outright. Like, when I say outright, I mean like I had the ability to pay the mortgage, and which would become equity into the house, right? And I'm doing that now, right? That's awesome. Now, part of that is also like, oh shit, now what do I do? It's like, I have achieved my life's greatest dream, which is to own a home. Now what? That'd be so cool if that was a shine. Sorry, I was in a while then. Can you repeat every word you said in the past 10 minutes? Yeah. Oren is, Oren does not, Oren has to, these are the exact words, by the way, like I stammered here. I had said that Oren, actually has to start, his match against Diabito in the second round, in the quarterfinals to, with down a Pokemon. So you actually have to start with 5. You can only bring 5. That's what I said for just 10 minutes, over and over again. No, I was just talking about like owning a home and that being the dream, and now I'm living the dream. Like, I own a home. So what you're saying is bring Darkrai. Hey, finally, they say they show big players show up at, clutch players show up when they need to, right? Yeah, I would say he did. That was a fun game, though. That really was. All the games were fun. Lot of. I mean, obviously, I think it's funny that the two wild card or the two eliminator games were won off the back of like one Pokemon just kind of like being a fucking problem. Yes, she did get a new job. She is new jobbed. All right. Do we have an Ekans? Thank you. I will extend the congrats, including Johners. I guess that's cool. Or I'm sorry, that's cool. I guess was the exact quote. Yeah. So. She's like one more. I think she's like one more job away from me becoming a trophy husband. How'd Hester's playoff game go? Oy. Ouch. Ouchie. Ouchie. That one hurts. Oh man, I'm excited for Champions. I know the amount of grinding. I know the amount of grinding is off-putting. But I think about it this way, right? You get like 200. You get 200 victory coin or whatever per game you play. That's I imagine there will be more, right? I don't have time to grind at the moment, sadly. But that's the thing. I don't think it'll require that much grinding. Right? Like, if you don't have time to do a lot of stuff, like, then yeah, no, you're not gonna have time to like grind in this game. But like, you can just kind of go into a VGC, like a doubles format, right? Just go in with a doubles format, and the game's gonna take at most 10 minutes. Woo! Double. probably neither of them are a shiny. Yeah, it sucks. That'd be cool if they were right. I laughed that I haven't gotten another shiny Venipede. Oh, I know I have one, but the other one is they're running. I'm running. I'm seeing if one of these Ekans is shiny. Nope. But like, I do think like I think there was maybe it was Lynn's posting it in the. Let's see here. I think I saw Lynn post it somewhere. All right. So. Right. Okay. So you get 200 victory points per battle. It will require you. It would require 12 battles to recruit a Pokemon. 10 battles for a single Megastone. Changing a Pokemon's move is 1.5 battles, or 2 battles. Maximizing a Pokemon in a single stat is 2 battles. Changing a nature and ability is 3 battles, right? So, let's say, right, you're in a draft league. Now, obviously, these things might change, right? Like, they might. There's also apparently missions that will give you like extra victory points and stuff like that, and they'll probably do weekly, like daily, like similar to Unite in that, you know, way of like having daily, weekly goals, and you could probably get like 500 VP a day just doing those goals, which might just be as simple as like. Battle 10 times, right? Which seems like a lot, but these VGC games can end very quickly. So if, let's say you have a team of 6 for Draft League, right? And going into the next week, you need to change 3 abilities, 4 natures, so that's 10 and 4 natures would be 12. 3 abilities would be my math was I was right, because it's 4 times 3, and then 3 times 3 is 9, so 21 battles. You have to change some stats around, so you're looking at probably what's that? 6 times 2, times it was 12 and 24. So you're looking at about like 40 to 45, 40 to 50 battles a week to change your team, one team, right? But like. I might like bring up my like week to week things here real quick for I think like a lot of the concerns as far as like draft league players I feel is a little overblown, because there was this expectation that it would be a 1-to-1, and that's not fair. A 1.5 to 1 copy, right? And I have a script ready, and I will probably do it this weekend. There was a script that I was writing about how like people are just like getting upset about the wrong thing, about how, this game's supposed to be accessibility. This is supposed to make competitive Pokemon accessible, and they're not doing that. They're putting it behind a paywall. They're making it where it's pay to win, and it's like, well, I mean, it's always been pay to win, my guys. Like, this is the equivalent of being like, hey, you can play in the. Can I get Scizor? You could probably get Scizor. Like you can go register for free to play in the YMCA league, of YMCA basketball league, right? And you'll get drafted, and you'll be put on the random teams, and you guys will play every week, yada yada yada, right? But if you actually want to be, you can go and dominate the YMCA for free. But if you want to go and try yourself in, you know, like a semi-pro league, you gotta like invest in yourself in one way or the other. You either have to pay for your own gear, you have to pay for, you know, pay to try out, have like a league fee so that you can like afford to, like the league can afford to rent out the space. You have to like there are things that go into this that like the idea is like, oh, this thing has always been accessible. This thing, it's always required you to, at the very least, to buy the latest game every couple of years. Well, now, perfect. There's a shiny. I knew if I started complaining about people, I would get a shiny Strudel. Another shiny Strudel. Now I need another. I just need the fucking shiny Ekans. Like, there's always been a level of entry to competitive Pokemon. And the idea that there hasn't is this weird, like, well, it's not it hasn't always been pay to win. And then you, like, look at the last 5 years of competitive Pokemon, VGC specifically. And it very much is. Whether it's the Urshifus, whether it's Calyrex and Calyrex Shadow or Ice, or Ogerpon, any of the forms, or Terapagos, like, it's very much the case, right? And like there is, I freely admit, like, yes, it is kind of, it is messed up that like you don't get to have your, you kind of need to have you need to have every Megastone, like you have to unlock every Megastone, and like, yeah, that's less than ideal. Like, sure, ideally, like, what is the harm in being able to unlock all of them after a certain point, or with enough money, whether in-game currency or just cold hard cash? Aha, perfect. All right, we're gonna get we're catching them and we're bouncing. Bam. Look at these. Leave me alone, Venipede. Where's the other one? Ah. There we go. Excellent! We are out of here! Actually, let me just do this. I want to see if I can get another Alpha Strudel. Leave me alone! If I can get another Alpha Strudel, I can happily have good Strudel. But like, if you really think about it, right? These are things that require you to use up time. There is no scarcity. There's no, like, the biggest thing, it is true in professional sports and competition, is the best ability is availability. And you will not be able to succeed at a high level in any competitive field if you are not available to put in the work. It's just how it is, right? Like, you could be the most naturally gifted basketball player, but if you cannot find the time to get on the court and work on the thing rounding out your game or figuring out this or that, you're not. There is going to be there's a ceiling on your success levels, right? Because there's somebody who is almost as good as naturally good as you that is willing to put in 10 times the amount of work you are, and they're going to be better than you. That is just that's how it works, right? Because that makes up the difference in the end, like, oh, cool. Like, let's say you're 100 skill, right? But you're a 20 in terms of availability, right? And that 20 availability means you can't, it's like a debuff, right? It's a debuff to your skill. Meanwhile, if you're available, that's a buff. Hey man, I'm available to get in the gym and work on my game. All right, I'm happy. I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this, right? Because now we've got my. He's even got good stats. Nice. All right, these ones are great stats. I need to maneuver this around. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Boom, boom. Where's the next single stage? There we go. Next single stage is there. Single stage. Where's the furthest single stage? Venipede there. I'm gonna put this here, and then you there, and then you here, so I can do this. Boom. Aldino. I could have just done that this whole time. Perfect. All right. Excellent. Nice. Good, good, good. Yep. Oh, wait. Right. So you can stay here. You can stay here. And then you will go here. Which one's better? You are. So you will be the one that I evolve into the Grafai. Boom, and then boom. Nice. All right. Where's the other Grafai? Grafai is there. Who's a single stage that I can flip here? Anybody? No. Oh, perfect. Boom. All right. Good. But I ended up, so that entire rant, right? I did all that rant. I started writing, and I got like 700 words into the script, and I was like, wait, there's a better, I got a better video to make. And that's the one I'm looking forward to, and it to recording and whatnot. And that will be done hopefully this weekend. Ooh, I should probably go over there to get a Kecleon. Let's see what we got here. All right. Okay, a lot of fighting types. Zangoose is also there. Oh boy. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go here because I want to get this Emboar. So where is that at? That's there. All right, we're going to Cafe Class A. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and it's just kind of like the script is kind of how I feel that Champions is poised to turn competitive Pokemon into like what the NFL is to standard I'll hold on to that one. This is the one I'm going to use. Oh wait, you know what? Let's do this. Hold on. Let's save. And then oh wait. Actually, let's go here. Heal. So in case I don't get a good haul here, I can heal my Pokemon. So I can use my backup data on this spot. No, I'm all good. So, because it's, I think it's there are qualities of VGC that makes it on par with the NFL in terms of entertaining competitive sport for hardcore and casual people alike. And I think a lot of what has hurt VGC. Don't I have another one or no? No. All right, we're gonna do this one. Yes. A lot of what hurts VGC is the fact that it requires you to buy a Pokemon game, and it requires you to have the latest hardware, and it requires you to. All right, so there's a Machoke. Destroy boulders. All right, we can destroy boulders. Perfect. We can destroy these boulders. Destroy these boulders. Excellent. All right. Oh, hell yeah. That's a good spot, too. Okay. Catch one shiny, destroy floating Pokeballs. There we go. Get that. Yeah. Ooh. Excellent. Let's get the hell out of here. Boogie! We got a Boogie! Oh, perfect. Get that. They're focusing their energies. Ah, jeez. Hit that. Alright, cool. Ooh, hit that one too. Cool. Alright, good. We do have a thing. Teleport. But yeah, it's also the problem is that there's so many unknown elements that hurt the understanding potential, for lack of a better phrase, for Pokemon, right? Like, try to explain to somebody it's rock, paper, scissors, shoot, but you got a 10% chance of missing them. You have 10% chance of your move not even going off because, or missing your opponent because it's there's built-in RNG that you have no control over. You also have the ability to get completely fucked by random chance, like a roll going in, not in your whatchamacallit, right? Like in your favor. That's the word. Like imagine telling somebody, hey man, you could win this or lose this on this fucking turn. It just depends on like a 16-sided dice landing in your favor. You're like, what? Yeah, sure, I'll take those odds. And like, yeah, but here's the thing: you might also lose because the 16-sided dice is also rolled 3 more times in the course of a single roll. Like, this is horrible. Why would I ever play this game, right? So, I think taking out some unknown stuff, right, and streamlining and making like the IVs a little bit more, or the stat points, I should say, making them a little bit more understandable. And yes, that does mean that like the more complex strategies of like 1 IV speed or 0 IV, like IVs are tough to explain to it. It's just like I'm spending. Let's like you get screwed, right? Because the Raging Bolt you got was the perfect IV, 31 IV special attack, 31 IV HP, but it's 0 IV speed, right? Which doesn't sound terrible because you're like, oh cool, Trick Room. I can do Trick Room stuff with this. But the problem is outside of the Trick Room, you need your Thunderclap to be fast enough to outspeed this Pokemon or that Pokemon, or the Pokemon that are like they're locked to have certain amount of IVs, and guaranteed for those IVs to be 31 in like three or four of the stats. Yeah, min max IVs. But Orin, that's the thing, is like they're making it so that the average player will be able to grasp the concept of like investing speeds, right? And the other thing, like the other like good thing about that is, from a broadcasting standpoint, is that you have some really good like I really think that the VGC broadcasters are like top of the line broadcasters, right? I think that they are, because they don't need to be, they need to be like play-by-play 25% of the time and color commentary 75% of the time. And the problem with being a color commentator 75% of the time, when you have to kind of skirt around like the terminology like IVs, right? Because Pokemon doesn't necessarily want them to, don't get caught up in the minutia of like, oh, his Torkoal has 0 IV speed. What do they say in its place? This Torkoal has been bred and trained to succeed in these conditions of Trick Room, right? But like those things are like as a viewer, you're like, huh? What do you mean it was bred and trained to? What do you mean? And then they're not focusing on the game, right? Or they've now checked out because you're using math in there, right? By getting rid of some of the unwritten, the hidden values and the hard to understand stuff, they've made it so that their broadcasters can excel at like telling you what is going on and explaining it and being entertaining while they're doing it without confusing the viewer. And I think that's awesome. Removing one of those more obtuse parts of high-level VGC and the skill expression that comes with that. Yes, it's a major loss for expression, but because of the convergence of every single gimmick, current and maybe future gives so much more expression on how people can battle and build teams, especially based on the format the Pokemon Company throws the players. If I recall correctly, some of the casters for VGC casters, it's all past VGC vets or players who have had some level of connection with Nintendo or TC. Yes, and that is for good reason. Cybertron, Neko, they're all like, these are all people who have like had like either, I mean, like Cybertron has one of the more infamous moments of competitive Pokemon. Like, these are all people who are, one, good at their job, right, as a broadcaster. Like, I think that is the most important thing that like doesn't get the way I view like the VGC. Like, I love watching the regionals when it's a battle. I think that the Pokemon Company has gotten much better at turning their 9.5, 10-hour live streams of VGC into like mildly tolerable when there's not a game being played, right? I think if you go and look at like the two most regionals, there's not a lot of pointless downtime. But if you go at the start of Gen 9, right, and you watch some of the Regulation A, B, what was series 1, series 2, and then like Regulation C and all that stuff. You watch some of those like regionals, they're some of the most fucking like slogs to get through, right? when you're watching live, right? When you're watching on demand, you just skip to the next game. They don't. I need them to go back, and I need them to add some chapters so you can watch the game, and I can know for a fact when the game starts. That shit, I need that shit. Pokemon Company, Play Pokemon, whoever it is, if you can listen to this, if this message can get to your earballs, please add chapters to your streams, to your stream replays of your regionals. Not just VGC. Do it for TCG. Do it for you, because as a viewer, sometimes I got time to sit here and like fast forward, jump on the timeline to figure out where the next round starts. Right? I don't even need you to give me like the exact timestamp of when game 1, game 2, even maybe a game 3 of a round is. Just tell me round 1 starts here. Round 2 starts here. Right? I don't need all the extra stuff. You don't even have to go as far as being like, hey, here's the interview with, here's the interview with Wolfie VGC. Here's the interview with James. Here's an interview. Here's the casters talking about the day 2. No. I don't need all that, right? Like, I just need you to give me chapters for when I can go to watch the beginning of round 1, right? When do you come back from? When does round 1 begin? When does round 2 begin? That's it. I don't need to. I can figure out, because if I'm interested in hearing from the player who won in their interview, leave that in there. Don't like, I will watch it, and then I will go to the next round when I'm ready, right? That's like a minor. But during the actual like live, I can't be skipping over stuff. That time has become much more enjoyable to watch as a viewer. And I don't know who has been doing this, right? And I would love to find out. I would love to, that is like one of those, like, like some people get really into the minutia of like, oh, this person. I want to get into, like, I want to find out who is at the head of the VGC production, and I just want to talk to them and maybe ask them if I can get on, like, how do I get this? Because there is so much cool potential for Pokemon battling as a esport presentation that other esports struggle to really, they struggle with, right? League of Legends, other MOBAs, they dominate internationally, because internationally they love it. It's awesome. It ain't for me. I'm not a big MOBA, but to a casual viewer, they pull some incredible numbers viewership wise without being a real, like, casual friendly product, right? Like, if you're watching the League of Legends, like, world championships, you fucking love League of Legends. You're not stumbling across that and going, what the fuck is this? What is this? I want to know what's going on. Because as soon as you go, I want to know what's going on, and you look at what's going on, you're like, what the fuck is this? Because it's not an easy concept to explain over a broadcast. It's just not. It's not easy to be like, yeah, here's this guy's jungling. This is what it means. It's over 500,000. Right. It's insane. There over 500,000 concurrent viewers, right? Watch League World Championships. Right? That's insane when you realize that it's only people who give a fuck about League of Legends. And, like, that's not it sounds like a diss. It's not a diss. Like, that's 500,000 people are watching something. That's fucking hard to do. Like, 500,000 people watching something is hard to fucking do. Like, you might hear the numbers, oh, hey, the NFL had 42 million people watching. oh, hey, 260 million people, you know, 2 million people watched Bad Bunny's, halftime performance. Hey, 300 million people watched the World Cup finals. Yes, these large-scale sporting events that have the grandiose and the history behind it. Of course, those are big fucking numbers. Everything else, you get like their TNA wrestling is on AMC now, and they get just a little under. They get a little bit over 500,000 concurrent, viewers. That's pretty good, right? That's pretty good. When you in the vacuum of just TNA wrestling on AMC, right? As far as AMC goes, that's probably one of their better viewed shows, and they're happy with that, right? Compared to AEW, who gets a couple, gets around 1 million, a little over, going back and forth. Yeah, that's really good. Hey, they're not on that scale of, money, production, all that stuff. They got 20 years of this or that. They got WWE's backing them, and cool, awesome. And then you're like, okay, well, oh, hey, SmackDown gets like 2 million viewers. Oh, that's okay. So Netflix has, Raw, and Raw gets like 4 million views. Wow, that's okay. Right, when you don't see the only pointless downtime is tech issues. Yes. Right. That is the one thing that I have wanted from as a viewer of VGC and of the regionals is I want, and they've been doing this year, is to have the casters be personable with each other and explain to me, the viewer, what's going on this weekend. What are they seeing in their analyst caster point of view that is defining this weekend, right? Don't tell me what one niche thing is, right? Hey, I saw this one team and they're doing good. Tell me the teams that are undefeated. What do they got? What are they because VGC requires the growth of VGC as a entertaining product, and thus a viable, competitive esport entity, is that people can watch and understand what is going on without knowing what is going on. Right? Casters who make production put up the BRB screen in the downtime. This feels spiritual in half of my AEW rants about underexplained lore and undermarketed shows. Yes. Yes. So it's very similar to that same. It's in line with that. It is spiritually correct. Yes. Because as a view, so the difference between wrestling and VGC competitive Pokemon is the fact that there's not a lot of lore that can't be explained in a minute, right? Why do they keep calling Wolfie world champ difference? He's not the world champion. Well, he won it in 2016. He's the all-time leader in regional wins, and he is the most recognizable competitive Pokemon creator, right? Is he LeBron? No. Somebody's he's the LeBron of VGC. No. Because it's not you can't make that comparison. It's not the same thing, right? Is he the better, if you were to be he's like the Rafi Nadal or Roger Federer of VGC, I'd be like, okay, well, we're a little bit closer to it, right? We're a little bit closer to it. He's the Joey Chestnut of VGC. I respectfully to Wolfie, no. Like he's not in. He is, with respect to Wolfie, he is not in Joey Chestnut. Joey Chestnut is the greatest hot dog eater of all time. Like that man is, as when it comes to the competitive eating scene, he is far and away the GOAT, right? Wolfie is the most recognizable. Wolfie is the most entertaining. Like, I think the thing about VGC, and I will continue to use Wolfie as this example, right? Is Wolfie is a really good VGC player who also makes really good content about VGC. And there are times, and you can see it in like his world video recaps, right? Where he's like, yeah, so me and my friends went away for 3 weeks to team build for Worlds, right? And like, that's the kind of thing that makes me go, yeah, that's going back to the conversation about availability. Cause that man had the time and the ability to spend 21 days calcing, building teams, mocking against his friends in the cover of night, for lack of a better term, right? And then is able to go to Worlds with the team and have a really good performance, right? Like he had an all-time performance, and it didn't go his way for a variety of reasons. One being like the way that the Pokemon Company and Play Pokemon have to juggle tournament with convention. And I think like what is it, Pokemon Expo or XP or whatever the thing is for this year, is going to do a better job of separating competition from convention. But ultimately, like, it's still like that is part of the that is part of the what will be a challenge for VGC's growth, which is how do you separate the competition from the fans, right? I go to Worlds, right? If I can go grind my ass to fucking find dust to get a Worlds invite, right? And if I'm lucky, I can do that. Awesome, right? And then I go to Worlds, and I only go to Worlds. I only do that because I want to go to Worlds. I don't care about performing at Worlds. I don't care to win a championship. I'm there for the vibes, man. Right? Now, obviously, that's an extreme example. But now on a regional, hey, I love watching Wolfie. He's gonna be at a regional close enough to me to drive for a weekend. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna enter. Maybe I play Wolfie. If so, cool. Maybe I could talk to Wolfie, or my favorite creators are there. Blah blah. Like whatever those are issues that the Pokemon Company and Play Pokemon have to navigate in the very near future. Let's see what we got. Any shinies? I know I had a shiny Machoke over here. I now have a shiny Machamp and a shiny Machoke. Cool. Is that a shiny? That's not a shiny Emboar. No, leave me alone. No, leave me alone. Okay. It's actually Perish Trap. No! Like, I've used Perish Trap on Wolfie in real life, and now he gets a loss because he's late to his next game. But, like, that's the thing, is, like, that is, like, there's a reason why that happened in 2024, where, was it 2024? Where Wolfie lost in the top cut because he was not in the building. Like he left the building to get some, like, just to fucking, what's it, destimulate, like unstimulate himself a little bit, get destimulated, and then because he was like, oh, in the past, I've had 15 minutes between the end of Swiss and the start of Top Cut. And then they were like, yo, Wolf, like, hey, Wolf, like, you got to come back. Like, they're starting the rat. You have 5 minutes to get back here and play. And, like, that's crazy, right? Like, that is objectively insane that there was not a, like, you didn't notify your competitors, like, ahead of time. And now I've never been a tournament organizer. Shout out Nagadalak. He's done that before. I know that it's not an easy job, right? But therein lies the problem of organizing a tournament and a convention in the same building without any dedicated, like, this is where, if you are a competitor, this is where only competitors can be here, right? Like, you think about going to TwitchCon. I don't know. I've been to TwitchCon since 2019. But they used to have a partner lounge in 2019. They had a partner lounge, a Twitch partner lounge, where only partners can go, right? You had to be a partner. You couldn't be with a Twitch partner, right? You had to be a Twitch partner. I think they maybe let you be like a spouse, but you couldn't just bring any random +1 into the Twitch partner lounge. But like it like they didn't have, like, you tell me you got people here, and this is another thing where it's like, hey, there's some other things that Wolfie has brought up in, you know, his most recent World experience, and just his experience lately as a competitor at these regionals. But like, you're telling me, like, you don't have a space that's like, hey, Top Cut can go here. You don't even have to be like, hey, here, we have 100 competitors. We have 700 competitors. They can all hang out here. Sure. Understandable. You don't have somewhere for 18 to 24 people to hang out that are not, like, because, like, to me, I would want my competitor, like, as the tournament organizer, in my mind, I would want all of my top cut, you know, players. I'd want them to be able to be, like, in a place where they can relax before their battles and go out and perform the best y'all can, right? Hey, you need to fucking decompress for 10 minutes between your battle? Yeah, here you go. Right? But I understand, like, that's the other thing with, like, you got 10 rounds and you're trying to navigate 300 people. Minimum, right? For, you know, 7 to 9 hours, you know? And like, hey, this is when we're taking break for everybody, you know? Anything? No. Anything here? I think I think they put me in a spot where I can't. Yeah. Like, it's just like one of those things where I probably could have done a better job of resetting here, but I'm pretty happy with a Machoke and a Machamp, especially since Machamp is trade Evo only. Do I have I do have the repeat ball, okay. Okay, good. Beautiful. All right. All right, where's the ball? Where's the big gold ball? All right, you know what? Let me go this way. But, yeah, there's another ball here. I hear it. I hear the ball. I hear the ball. Oh, it's right there. Awesome. if that's far enough away to... I don't think that's far enough away to... Ooh. Another ball. Another ball. New berry. Break that, break that, break that. Sweetness. Unfortunate. Okay. I got lost in it because I was like, oh wait, maybe I can get a little bit more, some more resets here. But yeah, it's just there's a lot that they can. There's a lot in VGC that is good potential for. At the buzzer! Let's go. At the buzzer. Woo! Feeling good. Feeling good. Feeling great. What was that? That's, there's what, 3 Ventipedes, 2, so, 9 shinies? 9 shinies thus far? Good. Okay, alright, so, you're gonna get left behind, bucko. Because you got good ones here. All right, where's the Machop? Oh, okay stats. Okay, so they're both okay. Decent attack, decent speed. You're getting put here. Where'd it go? And that's I only have one of you, so you're gonna go here, but I need to put you back over here. Bam. Yeah, it is a. There's a lot to like about the future of VGC. I'm gonna go do that before I lose it, just so I can get the sun will be setting soon. Oh wait, no, that is not what I want. Hold on, no, that's the Virizion, right? Yeah. Well, I thought it was a mission. It was not. All right. What else we got here? We've got that. It's gonna be a pain in the ass to get to. All right. This one, on the other hand, is also... Oh, no. That's actually easy to get to because it's on the other side. So it's right down here. I don't think I had a normal one, right? Sparkling Bug. Sparkling All Type. Sparkling Steel. Ice. And then this one is Water. Right? I don't think I have another one, right? No. All right. Do I have a normal? Encounter? If I did, that'd be cool. Just because it makes it easier, right? Electric fighting, psychic, dark, fire, ice, steel, fairy, flying, fairy. I don't. Okay. All right. We're at 4, so I need a. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what stuff we got here. Treasure, balls, candies, coins. Big haul. 1 was good though. Treasure. Okay. Treasure. Candies. Ooh. Okay, remarkable might be a good one. Treasured, candied, guilt. Guilt. That's not how you spell guilt, though. Treasure, candied. Special 2, catching power, poison. Remarkable, lavish. Ooh, there we go. That's the one I want. We're gonna go with this one. But yeah, I just think that the production has gotten better. I think there's a nice little like storm brewing for VGC to take off, and I think as a fan of competitive Pokemon in many forms, I think it's a good thing, and with like respect to people's opinions and thoughts and feelings. Like, yeah, it does suck that it's like, oh, hey, I had a thought that this would be like this, but in reality, it turned into this. Yeah, that sucks. Like, that's normal human emotion. But also, it's not the brightest idea to be like, yeah, this was always going to be free and exactly the thing to, like, oh no, like this is going to ruin Showdown. If anything, if it ruins Showdown at all, it's just going to ruin Showdown in the sense that like people are going to want Showdown to be able to like be a one-to-one fix for like what Showdown is or what Champions is missing. I threw a repeat ball, but I never caught one of them. Doesn't matter. It still worked. All right, let's break these up. Break them up. Cool. Oh, I gotta catch 5 Pokemon. Drain Punch. I don't want to. I guess I can catch more of you. No, you're actually. I'm not gonna catch you because you're like behind me, so I can. Break that, break that. Break that, break that. Hey, Rose, what's up, bud? How's it hanging? It is going pretty swell. We are just kind of filling out my living decks and shiny stuff, talking about the move, talking about the house, talking about champions and how I think it'll be. I think VGC is poised to become the NFL to esports, which does feel like a very big thing to say. And I also think that with a more international fan base of Pokemon, I think saying that is going to piss some people the fuck off. It's like, oh, the NFL, great. That's just what we need. An advertised, game full of advertisements. But like, there's going to be like the ability for they're fucking them up. Quick, Halucha. Break up this stuff, my guy. All right, you're getting in the ball, and now I'm going on the run. Because I think that's the last one. Nice. Yeah, that is a crazy thing to say. That like, yeah, this thing, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Okay, good. But like, been lurking because I'm out and about. I see champions as another way of obfuscating one's team's ideas by having the ability to practice on different platforms. Okay, been lurking. Let me catch up on chat here. Been lurking because I'm out and about. It's fair. Good to see you, by the way. I don't think I said that yet. I see champions in other ways obfuscating one's team's ideas by having the ability to practice on different platforms over needing like tens of alts on Showdown. Right. I think that's a good point. I'm going to circle back to that. Adams, Spencer, Champions feels like it continues to fuel my skepticism of its potential quality when people had interest in a battle sim / Showdown on consoles. I doubt a Fortnite Battle Pass came to mind for them. Uh, True, but that's not Pokemon Company's fault. Yeah, yeah. I think that's how. Yeah, not that, like that's a bad thing to have like an interest in like being like, oh, like great, Fortnite Battle Pass, but also kind of naive to be like, oh hey, a big corporation is handing us a free thing. It's gonna be free and exactly what we want it to be. You sure about that? Hmm? When has that ever been the case? But no, the point is true. The point is true. I understand where you're getting at. I think it'll be really good for VGC, make everything look cooler, but I don't know how much it's going to matter for singles or draft league. I agree wholeheartedly, Rose. I agree. That is 100% my feeling about champions currently. Because I think so again, big corporation puts out something for their own benefit, not for our benefit, right? This is not a game for you to can't believe they don't care about fan-made things and only themselves. Shake my right, like that. Like yes, that is the more sarcastic take of to Spencer's point. Like again, I think it's fair to be like, I'm disappointed that there's a Fortnite Battle Pass monetizing elements of the game that probably should be free, right? Yeah, it's I like I said I you know earlier I do wish they cared about fans, right? Yeah. I said earlier, I'm like, yeah, it is annoying that like the Mega Stones are independently unlocked and not like clustered or obtainable all at once. You know? I think Champions is really going to be a full Dex Scarvi. I think it's going to be similar to BDSP. Let's Go Drafts, where it's cool to do every now and again, but the hassle that will come from it won't be worth the effort. Or can just send the stones we have. Well, that's the problem, though, Johnner. I'll get to what you said, Rose. Or I'll give my... Because there's parts of that I agree currently. The problem with can just send the stones we have. I don't own Pokemon Legends ZA because I can't afford it. But I can play Champions on my phone. So that's how I'm going to do it. Oh, damn. That guy who has that didn't... He just got that. He literally paid for a game to be able to use the Mega Stones. And I, person who can't afford a Switch 2 or don't have the funds right now. Just don't be poor, yeah. Like, so that's the thing, right? Like, the idea that, oh, well, I own these other games. I have paid for these other games. Why are you forcing me to play the game to unlock these things that I already paid for? Or force me to pay for them again when I've already paid for them? And that was the original script idea, which turned into the NFL one, which is people who are complaining about paying to win are pissed that they paid and they can't win. That's it, right? If you come across somebody in the wild, because we are here, here we're all rational, we all understand nuance. It's kind of a requirement to hang out here because I don't put up with not understanding nuance, right? We all understand nuance of the game should balance time and reward. The game should also balance putting things behind, like making you earn things without making you feel like they're unobtainable, right? While also making it fun. Battling is fun. Like that's getting ignored a lot in the terms of the nuance of like this conversation, which is battling is fun. A VGC battle takes 10, 15 minutes. You got 200 points, do 10 of that, and 2 hours, you have yourself a Pokemon, right? You recruit a Pokemon that you don't have. Still don't know exactly how Pokemon Home will integrate with the game in terms of if I have the Pokemon in Home, can I just straight up use it? We don't know that. Where I'm at with it. If I'm not playing VGC or making content, it's hard to get excited to do extra stuff to play Prettier Showdown with restrictions. Correct. That is the crux of a lot of people's issues, is that they're not into VGC, which is what the Pokemon Company made this game for. They're not into they're not in Battle Stadium singles, which is the second most popular cartridge format battling, right? So they're like, well, I like Smogon. I like OU. They were never making a game for OU because they don't track that kind of shit. They don't care about these Pokemon are being used more, so therefore they'll be in this tier. Oh, these Pokemon are too busted in this tier, they're gonna get banned to Ubers. They say, is this Pokemon a legendary? Is this Pokemon a mythical? And that's it, right? There was a weird case where they had the Paradox Pokemon, which means like maybe the Ultra Beast gets labeled like that as well. But, right? Like, it's this weird, like, I'm a Pokemon fan who likes competitive Pokemon. This game is for me. And never, and I mean never, did the Pokemon Company ever say that it is a Pokemon game for competitive Pokemon players. They said it's a game for competitive Pokemon. Two very different things, because all competitive Pokemon does not equal all competitive Pokemon players, right? So, like, to your point, Spencer, about content creators going to be doing numbers, make money off it's cool, but for you who doesn't do, you're not doing VGC or making content, what's the attraction to it? The attraction to it is it's free. So it doesn't hurt to have, right? Because maybe you do want to get into those things, right? And now the barrier of entry is gone, right? The other thing is, right, if as somebody who is not into VGC or a content creator, you'd probably like to watch, this man's an expert at splitting hair. He's right. Look, now, so you're not wrong. I do love the split hairs. But that's just nuance, right? That is just what nuance is. At this point, I'm just going to go full screen here so we can. That's just what. That is what. Yeah, like right. I'm not saying that if you're not a content creator, or you're not into VGC, this game is going to get you into these things, right? Or if you're a draft league player and you're bummed that it seems like it's going to be a challenge to have, to do draft league in this game, you're wrong. I'm not saying any of that. What I am saying is that if you are upset that this game is not as accessible as you think it should be because you already paid for, I mean, where's my Pokemon Home counter here, right? Let me see this real quick. Where's my home counter chart, right? You got Scarlet and Violet, right? You got Scarlet and Violet. Let's just do this real quick. Let's see. I'm just trying to get it. I just want to count here of You paid $120 for 600 or 700 of the 1,000 Pokemon in the decks, right? You paid $120 for that. I already paid $120 for that. I should be able to play. I should be able to use these Pokemon as I see fit, right? Or I bought Legend ZA into I put in $240 already into these things. Why do I have to pay with my time? And it's like, because there are people who did not pay the $240, who could not afford to pay the $240 plus the $300 or more for the console. So you're looking at, $500 spent on Pokemon, and you're upset that you either have to pay for your time or pay for more money. So what you're mad about isn't that they're making it so that other people are paying for these things. You're mad that they're making you pay for it again. And therein lies a very systematic problem with society that this ain't the arena for that conversation. But just to put it bluntly, being upset that you already did something and you're being asked to do it again in a much different way because somebody else didn't do it, and it's not fair to them that you get to already do that. It's like, you're not mad about the game not being accessible or being put behind a paywall. You're mad that you have to do it all over again, and you can't simply say, I already bought this. Let me go to the front of the line. Because I have a prearranged agreement via purchasing the game, having an inherent privilege over other people, that I should be able to skip the line. And again, the illusions I'm making, again, not the arena for it, but it is like, I'm on the list moment is being able to have a full team deal. Do we even have 6v6 1v1 confirmed? I don't think so. I don't even think so. Am I going to get this game? Yes. Am I going to enjoy doing most of the game? Probably. Am I going to complain anytime I have a slight amount of effort because I am having to do things instead of legitimately acquiring things? Also, yeah. No. And these are, like, that's fair, right? Like, there is an element that is a fair conversation of, the conversation that you're having, Rose, is a little bit different in that they're asking you you're fine with putting in a little bit of the effort, right? It's the amount of effort does not equal the reward. And I think that is a fair criticism. I do think, like, looking at the victory point, like, costs, right? Like 2,500 victory point to recruit a Pokemon, right? You get 200 points per battle. I don't know how that works in terms of, like, is it only 200, or do you get more for winning? Do you get more for, one hit knockout? Like, are there other flavor things that can increase your game to game rewards? I haven't watched all of people's I turned Wolfie's on for a little bit, but then I had to do other stuff. And I'm going to watch his. I know Cybertron did one. Cerebi has a couple. I think KevDog has a video out as well. Seabad, I think, has Twitter stuff that I'm going to watch. And they're from Pat. It's like, there's going to be some stuff. But the issues that I'm seeing other people have is rooted in this, my privilege is being ignored, versus, like, there are concerns that, hey, this is asking a lot, right? Again, you're going to need to do 13 battles to unlock a Pokemon. right? 13, 13 battles. Let's say a single game goes 15 minutes, right? 195 minutes. That's about 3 hours, right? For 3 hours for one Pokemon. I can agree that that's a lot, right? But again, you might get some. There probably are going to be daily rewards. There's probably going to be weekly awards, or mission things that give you more points that make it easier to afford some of these things by virtue of playing. So sure, 13 games raw is how you get 2,500. But in that, you might also earn VP for playing online battles, for training a Pokemon, doing like some, knocking out a certain amount of Pokemon or using certain Pokemon, whatever. Like whatever I don't know what the fuck. Like, because if they're going to do this like Unite, because that's the only other thing that I have to use as reference for their own system. Even if you want to look at like Pocket TCG, where like there are daily, and like it's a free to play game. This is how they do that. They get you to do the free to play stuff includes like these daily missions, but hey, buy the premium subscription and you will be able to get 4 extra weekly rewards, which is whatever it turns out, right? I'm on the list. Yeah, I mean, look, who knows? If you have a full, I'm on the list. I got a full team. Day one. That's me. For what it's worth, I'm not upset about it or fairness. It feels a little too steep on timer. I agree. I do agree with that. I do agree with that from a time requirement. I think that is a fair conversation and critique of it. I am in full agreement. I'm also in full agreement with there was another one. Hold on. It was Benerol was like, look, they better have double VP weekends. I agree. They should. They might. Who knows? They might not. They might go fuck it. They might only do that for like Worlds or Nationals, which is still like 4 or 5 weekends, But they'll do these things because of like, hey, people aren't paying for this, so we need to fix this, because that's what is going to drive Champions development. Is how can we get people to pay for things? So with that math, it's 3,000 hours to unlock every bond, let alone build them. That's if you got to unlock NFEs when they actually drop. And that's the other thing, right? There was a thing about how like you could transfer Pokemon in from home, but we have yet to find out if that's actually going to be the case, or is going to be possible or not possible, either way. But I do think that like there are, from a technical aspect or point of view for the game, there are definitely valid criticisms that will put a cap on the enjoyment of a portion of the fan base. Like, hey man, like, yeah, I can't be sitting here. You're gonna sit for 3 hours to unlock one Pokemon, right? Or I can spend that 3 hours playing, like doing stuff in like Scarlet and Violet. If I want to make content, right? Oh hey, I can use like there are, there's I mean, you see it with the Then We Fights, where it's like, oh wow, like let's do random abilities. I can do that in Scarlet and Violet. You can't really do it in Pokemon Champions for now, right? Like there are things that, as it evolves, I think a lot of it is this projecting of what it is now versus what it can be as a Pokemon battle simulator. Because let's say they go, let's say 2028, right? In line with Gen 10's release, right? So like late 2027, 2028, like early 2028, right? They change it up, So now you can do custom and you can do custom battles with completely custom rule sets, right? Because they've implemented all of these things, right? They've implemented the ability to have, the mega, like I let me do this. Let me show you this thing that I was working on. Hold on. Let me move. I gotta unplug the. Hold on. Actually, let me do this. Where did the controller go? Right. This stream has now been commandeered by the ramblings of a madman. All right. Let me save that so that we're doing this, and then one day I will make it so that I can easily plug and unplug these HDMI cords for the streams stuff that I wanted to. But that day is not today. Alright, let's see here. Come on. Come on! There we go. Alright. Go over here. Go there. Go there. Give me this. Right? Alright. So, I don't know if this works the way I wanted it to. I would like for it to work the way I wanted it to. The math might not be there, right? I just have to find the fucking document I had. Type, spreadsheets. Is this it? Oh, yes. Okay, alright. So, this is a little bit of my Adderall was running a little low this day. Here, I'll do this. Okay. So let me make this so that you can kind of see it a little bit better, right? Okay. Does that look good? Wild request. I've lost some of the chat. Hold on. Need to. Okay, hold on. All right. So, but I've lost my phone and my whole family is asleep. Yeah, Rose. Yes, DM me, Rose, and I can. Yes, I will. If yes, yes, my phone. Yes, and then yeah. So I made right. So I was like, hey, what could be the possibility of content wise for champions, right? And I was like, hey, like formats. Well, you got regional decks, regional with restricted, generational decks restricted, nat decks restricted, generational nat deck. Like there's 8 different formats right there, right? And then there's restrictions, right? Restricted, anything goes, Ultra Beast, Paradox, Megas, Dynamax, mythical Pokemon. Dynamax is legal, Terra is legal, Dynamax is legal, Megas would be legal, and like these are like additional rule sets in addition to these, right? Like I just meant from like a balancing standpoint. I'm like, I don't think we're gonna give you like Mega Dynamax, Terra all at once. I don't think, yeah. So it was like, okay, cool, right? And then I'm like, all right, well, regional decks. We got Alolan, just straight Alolan, but then the variants. And then it's like, okay, Galar with DLC and variants. Just the base game. And like, there's 32 like regional dexes that you could do. And then you have your generational dexes and your generational nat decks, right? The difference being like only the Pokemon that were available in Gen 8, right? So like Zebstrika wasn't in Gen 8, so you couldn't use Zebstrika, but you could use it in nat decks, right? These are all just like ideas where you go and have these type of Pokemon that are in these, like, here's all the Pokemon you could use. I did this. This is all ridiculous. I'm a fucking nut. And I was like, okay, here's the restrictions. Here's Gen 1, Gen 2, like, I went through and made this thing. It's ridiculous. Don't ask me why I did all this, right? And I will tell you the answer is I did it for content reasons, because like, oh cool, like, you know, you could pick a number between 1 and 7, pick a number between 1, like all this stuff. Anyways, all that to say, These are all things that are possible. All these formats are all possible with champions. They might not be achievable right now. However, there's nothing that says it can't be a thing. Also, I spelled Hoenn wrong here. This should be Hoenn with 2 N's there. Let's see. Am I a big fan of anything? I'm actually a big fan of anything that gets new players in the franchise. Love seeing new players experience Pokopia. I do want to get Pokopia. That's next on my thing. More skill with the second layer of requirements to build box limitations. Yeah. It's a Pokemon battling game. It will go gangbusters even if they royally fuck it. Pokemon is kind of too big to fail. At this point, we should be in just chatting. I think I can just send myself to Pokemon, right? Like, that's just the... Can I do that? Where is this category? Pokemon. Right, if I just set myself to just to Pokemon. Right, Pokemon. Yeah. Bam, that works. Done. I was enjoying. As soon as I asked, I found it. All right. Did you send it to me? So, cool. I have the power here. I have the power. Screenshot before Rose deletes that. Now Rosie is gonna get prank called. We'll do. Yes. Yeah. I'm not gonna. No. I on my phone here. But yeah, like this is like all the formats you could have, right? Like that's the crazy. And that's just like boiled down to like, yeah, man, this doesn't include like a mono format, like a monotype format, right? And these are things that Pokemon can implement into a custom game like option, right? Like these are things that maybe not right now because the demand is just to get VGC working. Just to get this into a spot where VGC is the way to go. And then, hey, if you're bored, go ahead and implement like the custom format in the custom matches, right? Like they said that there's going to be spectator mode, but there's not going to be a battle replay mode right away. Feels like that's something that's one of those things like, hey, they got priorities. They said, let's get this shit ready and get it ready for 2026. And we have to get it out with plenty of time for Worlds. And that's where I feel like that is the reason why we're getting an extra year with Winds and Waves. Is because we don't have what's the word I'm looking for here? We don't have a the game is not trying to serve too many masters, right? Because you think about like Scarlet and Violet, they're like, hey, we got to balance the game for competitive reasons because this is what's going to be in the thing, and you know, it's gonna be a bitch and a half to fucking patch this stuff. Like they fixed like, as far as like patching stuff for balance reasons, right? The only thing I can really think of is they fixed photosynthesis to be like photosynthesis and quark drive to not be affected by neutralizing gas, or to be affected by neutralizing gas. I think that was the only thing that they really fixed, right? In terms of like pre-DLC release patches, from a competitive standpoint. Everything else is like performance, you know. Let's see. Let me actually look that up. Pokemon Scarlet, Violet, competitive updates. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, they nerfed Order Up. That is right. Also, people being like, oh, it's going to be champions until Winds and Waves are released. It's like, no, dude, we're never going to go back to the main game. Like, they will simply just import a They will simply just import or update the, like, champions competitive patch notes. Let's see. Okay, yeah, here we go. All right. So from Cerebi, right? So version 1.10 comes out, or the first one. Reduced stats for Tinglu, Chi-Yu, Chien-Pao, and Wo-Chien. Altered TM compatibility for some Pokemon. Fix a problem with the animation not moving. Yeah, whatever. Let's see. Good, here we go. 1.2, right? So this is February 2023. Added Walking Wake and Iron Leaves. Adjusted Hisuian Zoroark stats. They just gave him... They took 5 from attack and put 5 into special attack. And then Kleavor got 5 into attack from its special defense. Added functionality for purchasing area treasure of Area 0. Trying to think of, let's see where we got here. Battles. Zoroark. They just kind of fixed Zoroark. kind of. Dondozo will increase when Dondozo, even when the move should have been negated. This is a bug and will be fixed. So that was a bug that they introduced and then fixed. Let's see here. What we got here? I like it. A standalone game that update. Yeah, I agree. And that's another script idea I wrote. I got 2 videos I want to record before next week. I think my issue with the game is, yes, you can do things for free, but it's probably going to require too much effort for some of it. And I think that they've done an initial base price, whatever, and then done maybe treating Generations gimmicks like DLC. So maybe Gen 1 and 5 are free or cheap. They don't have gimmick. 6 to 9 having prices since they are different gimmicks in their game. Yeah, I do agree that that there should be a in bulk option, and in fairness, the game hasn't even come out yet, right? We have it's a lot of like yelling about something that hasn't happened yet because we don't know what else to do, right? Because it's 2026. We've had this version of the internet for 10, 15 years, and no one knows how to have a conversation without, when I say no one, I mean large groups of people do not know how to have a conversation without reacting as if the world is on fire. Right. It's speculation, right? We see Wolfie's video, Cybertron's, Aaron's video. We see Seabad's like Twitter, video, like review. We see Cerebi's releasing stuff. We see all these things, and we're like people yelling about, "Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! You mega before somebody switches out! Oh my god!" And then like 2 hours later, we see a video where the opposite happens. "Oh, that guy's switching. He was slower. He switched out before he megaed. What's going on?" It's like, hey, and I think Joey Pokegame, I think he went about it, that particular aspect, the way it should have gone, which is, hey, that was cool, we saw it, but we also saw some shit that contradicts it, so we don't fucking know, so I'm not gonna, that would be cool, that does mean cool things for these Pokemon, if it's true. If not, it's just like it has always been. I was saying, hey man, maybe just the transformative gimmick goes first. Dynamax, Mega, Terrestrialization, those all go first, then the switch out. But yeah. I always tell people stop doom posting about something that is yet to come out and wait till it comes out properly so you can have an idea without parroting what someone says. I feel like any of the conversation here has been super extreme. No, and that's why I said we love nuance here, right? I love a discussion. I love talking about stuff that I enjoy talking about. You want to talk about wrestling? We can talk about wrestling for days. Boy, I can sit here and whatever argument you have in regards to wrestling, 95% of the time I can take the other one just for the sake of a discussion, right? Even if I don't fully agree with the position I'm taking, just because I think there is a that is discussion, that is talking, that is growth. Like, you don't get that level of trust with another person, one, and two, understanding on a topic when you don't have an element of like, when you don't have like that element of like, hey, I hear what you're saying, and I think what you're saying, there's validity to it. I don't agree fully. Here's why I don't agree with it. And this is what long form conversations are good for, right? Like 240 characters be like, duh, this is bad because I said so. Here's my take. Wrestling is stinky. I will not elaborate. You know what? That's fair, Dallas. You know what? Completely agree. There's a lot of stinky wrestling. There's a lot of stinky things about wrestling. You know, wrestling historically has been a cesspool for some of the worst human beings to treat some people insanely horrible and to be celebrated despite that. You're right. On the flip side, it's also good. There's also a lot of good. Yeah, they did try with ZA, and I was buns and try to say, yeah, it ruled. Yeah, like, that's the thing, right? When you, the hive mind group think, like, I'm mad about life, so I'm going to be mad that anybody else is enjoying something, right? There's extreme versions of that are on a more moral, like a morally objective level of discussions about things. Like, how can you enjoy life when X, Y, and Z is happening in a foreign place and it's impacting you at home because you now have to pay like $4 for a gallon of gas? Completely understand that. We're not talking about that, but we are talking about like the subjective things. Like, hey man, me when I order a pro wrestling game, they throw in a New Jack shirt. Hey, New Jack never said he was a good person. So in defense, defend New Jack. If ever go to in my eyes for the, you know, way to go, you know, going into Tennessee and being during, hey OJ, two less we got to worry about. Keep up the good work. Insane. I think part of it is, too, since stuff has gotten more expensive over the last 10 years for everyone, people are having issues with Nintendo increasing game prices, DLCs, is just because things like food globally gotten more expensive. And people want to be able to afford all things, and not everyone can, which is okay. Yes, I agree. The sentiment is, I don't, if that is the standpoint people are taking, or if that is the foundation of the soapbox that they're standing on, is that this shit, everything is fucking expensive. Everything is too fucking expensive. Why are you making something expensive when it doesn't have to be expensive? Is a fair criticism of any fucking corporate decision. Not just Nintendo, but any. And in this case, yeah, I'd be like, yeah, no, like, that's fair. If you're like, oh, this should not be as expensive as it is. I agree. It should be... There's no reason that it should be like that. Unfortunately, we live in a time when it trickles down. The trickle down economics don't go the way you want it to. The money will trickle down to you. No, it fucking won't. The fucking price will. I'll be real. Leading up to the release of Metroid Prime, people were dooming about it because everyone was parroting the early reviews that came out. When the game came out, people were complaining about points that the reviewers weren't complaining about because the things they talked about didn't affect longtime Metroid fans. Complaints people had post-release were decisions made by Nintendo, not the studio, that had to pick up the remnants of what Metroid Prime 4 was in after being restarted many times. Yeah, that is a good example of like... I want to come up with a catchy phrase for the sake of a discussion. But like the haves and have-nots type conversation of like, hey man, I actually played this fucking game and I had problems with it, but this is the reason I had problems with it. Like they're on some bullshit. They're right. But not for the reason, like they ended up where we were supposed to go, but they went the wrong fucking way, you know? Like, we were supposed to follow the trail down the hill. They just went straight down the hill. Like, they said, fuck it, and they survived. That doesn't mean they got there correctly. Like with Scarlet and Violet, I'll stay within the Pokemon for the sake of this discussion. Scarlet and Violet had bugs at launch and early on, and up until the Switch 2 update. If you have a Switch 2, if you don't have a Switch 2 and you're still dealing with the same performance issues. Should Game Freak's fourth game on, it would be the fourth game on the Switch have that level of issues? No. Objectively, no. Did it get in the way of enjoying the game? Yeah. Did it ultimately prevent a large majority of people from really enjoying the game? No. Right? No. Right. Yeah, exactly. It had a charm. It was fun for me. I wish the world map didn't feel as lonely as it did at the time. Right. There are legitimately technical critiques and design critiques and performance critiques. It's not a perfect game. It's far from a perfect game. But I said this around my birthday. I think it was on my birthday stream. I think it was along the lines of Pokemon Game Freak is not getting credit for making their games and aspects of their games accessible, and they should get credit for it. And I think the example I used at that time was shiny hunting, right? Whether it's by design or not for ZA, but even if it might be, I think it is by design, right? So you look at the evolution of their games, right? You got, their first game on Switch was Sword and Shield, right? And from a shiny, I'm strictly from shiny hunting, right? It was a pain in the ass because you still had to go through and run up to a Pokemon and hope that it is shiny, right? Even though you had overworld models running around, you still couldn't tell if they were shiny. The next one was Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, right? Or was Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee the first one? For the sake of this argument, I'll just lead with just go Sword and Shield into Legends Arceus. What did they do? They remedied that. They were after, I believe. Yeah. Okay. So all right. So the shinies, you could see them with the overworld, but they only had 150. Right? It's like, oh man, they only had 150 Pokemon models. Okay, so it's that's whatever. And you do the whole shiny hunting, and you can chain the Pokemon together, and if you chain, yada, 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 you do all these extra hurdles, and you get the Pokemon. The odds go up. Okay. Sure. But really, come on, like, I don't want to sit here and try to chain a fucking Chansey to get a shiny Chansey when it's a this X amount, or whatever, like 1%. On a route is, and I've run into a fucking Pokemon that has a fucking ginormous hitbox, and I'm trying to get a fucking Weedle. This is bullshit, like that's crazy. But it was an improvement because now they got overworld. It's easier to get the shinies. Fast forward to Legends Arceus, and wow, overworld shinies that have a noise, that make a noise when they're shiny. Wow, that's awesome. Like, that makes it so much better. Because now I can, not only do I can hear or I can see a shiny, but in the cases when like shiny, shiny Garchomp or shiny Gengar. I'm trying to think of other shinies in Arceus that were not really good shinies. I can't remember any other ones off the top of my head. But, like, you have now not just a visual cue, but an audio cue as to them. Awesome. Cool. They kind of took a step back with Scarlet and Violet in terms of they removed the noise, right? They removed the sparkles, the visual, and it just relies on you being able to tell if that's a shiny or not. And took a step back. And rightfully kind of got dogged on for it, right? Because they're like, look, there was no reason to not have this feature. Because it's such a good feature, it should become the standard for games going forward. Like, there's no reason to not have that be in the games going forward. They fix it in Z8, and in fact, again, whether intentional or not, making it so that you can reset over and over again without leaving an area, and you're always having these Pokemon. This is awesome. I can just continue to go back to this one spot and I can shiny hunt. I can get the shiny I want, and then you see these organic like reactions because reference to Miles. Absolutely. Yeah. There's a reason why Tandem Mouse and is a fucking pain in the ass. Like, good luck. Playing the SmackDown Army events. Right. Like, there is just like, it is a like, and that is just one example of like Game Freak making an aspect of Pokemon more accessible and more like just and more enjoyable, right? And like, by making something more accessible, 9 times out of 10 you're going to make it more enjoyable, right? And when people are like, oh, Fortnite Battle Pass, Fortnite is the only, and I mean the only fucking free-to-play game that has successfully made the Battle Pass not like play to win. And and in doing so, like, it makes me go, damn, like, I really want that skin. I could unlock it, but I have a week to do it. I kind of want that skin. That's the only game that's ever done that in my 34 years of playing a game with let's see, 20. Let's say 20. Let's go like 2017. Like, as far as battle passes go, and that's why, like, I thought, hey, cool, Pokemon Champions. It'll have probably something similar to like Unite, where like most of it is cosmetic on the battle pass. Which is why, like, I was bummed. I was like, oh, damn, they put like, you can get, oh, they put the thing. Now, mind you, I say all this. No, wrong one. I'm going to buy I'm buying the premium pass. Like, it's $40. It's like buying a game anyways. Like, it's just like, it is what it is, right? Like, it is what it is. For 12 month, $50 for a 12-month membership, I can store more Pokemon in the box, have more battle teams usable at one time, unlock membership exclusive missions and battle songs. Let's see. I bought Scarlet and Violet in 2023, right? And then 2024, I guess 2022. Then 2023, I bought the DLC. 2024, I guess I really buy anything in 2024 Pokemon-wise. Like, yeah. For the most part, it's all Fortnite's fault, and as much as I play the game and enjoy it, I'm still gonna yell. Yeah, I do think it's Fortnite's fault because they successfully did it. The problem is, everyone else has gotten fucking greedy about it. Like, y'all remember Battlefront 2? You remember Battlefront 2? Literally putting like Darth Vader on a pay to win. Like, you give us $30, you're gonna get a busted ass character that literally can 1v the entire map. It's like y'all are that greedy because they know there will be people who are going to be like, I can afford, not only can I afford that, I want to afford it. And I have no shame in doing it. And they said, what is it? Pablo Torre called it, or refers to it as people people are greedy. People realizing that shame is a market inefficiency, and having shame and being shameful or shameless, I should say, would give them advantage in the market. You know, it's like, oh, how could you do that? I don't fucking care what you think, dude. I'm making money. Like, that's basically what it comes down to. And like, Pokemon has to balance that because they're a kids game, but Pokemon Champions is probably going to be more of a adult game. Therefore, they're going to be like, fuck it, man. Like, you ain't a kid. You know what you signed up for. And you're like, yeah, I know, Mr. Pokemon. You know, like, it's basically what 2K. Exactly. It's exactly what it is. Like, it's exactly what 2K is. It is exactly what. Hey, man. Yeah, well, I mean, if they just stop paying it, we'd stop putting that bullshit in there. You're like, like, you fucking, those motherfuckers are coming. Yeah, man, like, EA with, that's honestly EA with, like, the FIFA club, the like, my team or whatever the fuck it is on, FIFA, whatever the fuck that equivalent is, Ultimate, like FIFA Ultimate or whatever the fuck, like Ultimate Cards, Ultimate FC, whatever the fuck it is, right? Where you like you rip packs to collect players and then all that stuff. That's really like everyone yelling at Fortnite for how Champions came out. Go yell at FIFA. Go yell at EA, you know, for Madden and all that bullshit. Like, it's all their fault. Like, that is the model that Champions is following, and not Fortnite. Because if it was Fortnite, they would just do cosmetics. That's really the one. That's really it. But yeah, what time is it? 12? All right. I think I'm gonna get going here. My voice is getting a little raspy, and I gotta use the bathroom, and I gotta go to sleep. It's late. I will gladly yell at EA for their greedy bullshit. That's right. That's how we end today's stream, by saying it's EA's fault that Pokemon Champions is actually. You know what? Let me go put that in my document of potential videos. Hold on. Let me do this here. You guys can see this happen in real time. Hold on. There it is. Google Docs. Why EA is at fault for Pokemon Champions failure. And then this will be right if Pokemon Champions fails at any point before Worlds. That's it. There's my note. It's right if Pokemon Champions fails at any point. I'll give it till Worlds. If it doesn't fail before Worlds, we can't blame EA. Fortnite is first to popularize it and do it very successfully. I disagree with that, because Fortnite, again, let me read it. The Fortnite Battle Pass, everything that I understand, 100% cosmetic. There is no advantage to anything you can get on the Battle Pass in game, right? Like, it all depends. Your skill is 100% not your performance is not affected by paying for it. You can spend bajillion dollars. It will not make you a better player. It will not get you an advantage over other players. I think that's a better way of saying it. It does not get you an advantage over better players. EA popularized using pay-to-win strategies in a battle pass, in a service, and kind of cascaded this issue of that the entire like video game industry has, which is an inability to actually like develop a game and not develop a game to develop a live service. Actually, you know what we're going to do before I go to bed here? This is what we're going to do. Okay. Do. This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. I've been known to allow you to dodge bullets with slightly different hitboxes. They weren't intentionally pay to win, but for a bit, yeah, they were. Sure. And I do know that there are some skins. There are some skins and characters that have. I remember Goku had something insane, right? Like those are. I understand those. I understand. Like those that makes it a little bit different, right? For the most part, when it got going. All right, what do we got here? Speed boost, own tempo, infiltrator, multi-scale, levitate, intimidate, protosynthesis, pressure, volt absorb, tinted lens. Fuck. All right. Okay. Let's do. Do I have any screen? Are there any screens or substitute users here? No. All right. So we're gonna do. I'm gonna go with Blaziken. I don't know who I want to go with here. Who I want to start with, I should say. Let's actually start with Kilowattrel, and then I will have. I wish I had. Own tempo doesn't block intimidate, right? Right? I don't think it does, right? It just blocks. Oh, it does. Oh, fuck yeah. Let's get the Smeargle in there. Let's get the Smeargle! There was an emote that made your character jump into a switch. People use it to literally dodge bullets, which was wild. Okay, that's that. You have tinted lens or you have speed boost. But either way, you don't have a ground type. Oh, you do. Fuck it. I'm an idiot. I'm a dummy. All right, let's U-turn here. Good crit. We're going to bring out Smeargle. Stealth Rock goes up. I'm going to go... Do you have Levitate? No. So I can get... wait, do you have any other... We're going to go with Sticky Web here. You stupid. I am stupid. I literally was not paying attention to it. That's fine. I don't care about that. I wasn't going to spore you. Damn! With the crit? And I'm still faster? Let's go, Smeargle! Let's go, my boy. Let's go to... let's go to Kilowattrel, because you're still not faster than me, right? Oh, yeah, you're still not faster than me. Alright, I'm going to Thunderbolt here in case you get greedy again. If you get greedy... Saying this fully no grumpins blow my phone. That is true. That is true, Rose. You do have to be careful of that. I can literally just start blowing your phone up before you even wake up. Oh, I feel that. Do I have a showdown scene here? No. I need to make one. Alright, come on, pal. Come on. Come on. Go into Swampert so that I can go into... You get to what, 210? Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Fuck. Alright, it's fine. Because now you're just +1, so you'd be 180. Which means I can do... Ah, fuck. Faster than Blaziken. Let's go to low kicks, I guess. Fuck! I forgot I got fucking. Let's do. Knock off. Or lead Leech Life. First impression. Yeah, let's go for knock. That should kill. Because I have tinted lens. All right, that's fine. We're okay, everybody. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're gonna be a-okay. Luxray comes in. I got Ohm Tempo, so I'm good. Nope. Get out of here, bucko. So I'm gonna go into we're gonna go for a knock here and then a knock in or leech life, I think. Go leech life. Ooh, I like that. Volt switch. Let's go. That's right. Call him a bucko. That you he not in it. He not here for it. We're gonna do I want to knock here? I think I want to go for more I'm gonna go knock. That works too. Beautiful. Goodbye. Excellent. Yanmega comes out. All right, so now I want to go to Chimecho. Oh yeah, I want to go to Chimecho here. Air Slash, Bug Buzz. How much did I gotta do? How much Bug Buzz gonna do? I just want to do this one game. Bug Buzz gonna do a decent chunk to me. I think I want to go for Thunder Wave because I live. Beautiful. Land that. Beautiful. Good. So when you come back in, you're 203. But you might not be able to. There we go. Let's go. Excellent. And we're now out of range. I'm going to Psychic Noise. Oh, beautiful. Let's go. This is beautiful. Let's go for another Psychic Noise. Let's go. No kill? Fuck. All right, well, you're definitely in range of a first impression. It's chime time, baby. We're recovering again. We're going to recover again. Either potentially on a switch or... Question is... Oh, nice. Okay, good. All right, so that Bug Buzz, the last one did 66, so we are out of range. Ooh, close. We're going to go for a Psychic Noise here. Oh, yeah! Chime time, baby! It's fucking chime time! All right! I'm faster. We're getting rid of... so I'm going to go Psychic Noise. Just do some good damage, prevent a heal block. Ice Beam? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, bud. I can go to Blaziken here. Close combat gets the kill. You could have Screamtail. You could have Swalot. That would... Ho would also suck. I can go to Dragonite. Unfortunately, multi-scale is not going to matter. You know what, mister? You're going to catch D's. That's right. Let me get Blaziken so I don't have to I can not have to Dragon Dance, potentially. That's not true. I'll have to no matter what. Oh, I have Tinted Lens here, right? So that means the Screamtail, they're going to take a decent chunk here. I'm going to go for the close combat because I don't want to risk any extra health here. Yeah, I fucking knew it. Okay, I'm actually going to... You have Brave Bird here, right? You got Brave Bird. Brave Bird definitely kills. What Terra? I'm dark, so I can Terra. Oh, I still lose to Brave Bird. Or I still die to a Brave Bird. Ooh, wait, but if I Terra and I get rid of your... I have Tinted Lens, and Tinted Lens boosts double damage, right? So this would actually do a lot. So I think I would like to go for Flare Blitz. Ooh! Okay. Static is gonna suck if it procs here. Fuck. Alright. But I'm gonna go for a... Because then I can get the +1. That'll be 207. I'm gonna go for... I'm gonna go for another Flare Blitz. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's just Ho-Oh? Oh, baby. We got this. Oh, baby. It's a triple. Do not. Fuck. I wanted the para there, god damn it. Alright, so we're gonna go into low kicks, I think, here. And I'll do a first impression. Yeah. First impression here, that'll do a chunk. 27. Sacred Fire hit. That's fine. Okay, so now I'm gonna... Alright, so I'm gonna Dragon Dance. Ooh. Oh, I don't want to get burned though. Fuck. Okay. I'm gonna Dragon Dance so that one outrage kills. Don't burn, don't burn, don't burn. Fuck. Okay. Well, let me roost here, actually. Yeah. Okay. Fuck. Broke my goddamn shit. Dragon Dance again. Alright, so we're gonna be speed tie or fuck, you're faster than me. God damn it. Ooh. I'm gonna Terra Steel here. And then go for the roost on Brave Bird. Who lived? Let's go. Alright. So now we need Sacred Fire to miss. We need Sacred Fire to miss. That is our win con here. I'm just gonna... I need... Let's go! Let's go! Alright. It is literally down to Sacred Fire missing. Oh, because I have own tempo. Oh! You have to hit this. You got to hit this, pal. You got to hit this. You can't live another one. You have to hit. You have to hit. Buddy, you have to go for the Sacred Fire. Buddy, pal, bucko, friend, guess what, Mimi? Come on. Come on. Nope. Is that not game? Oh my god. It fucking lived. Alright, that's a win. That's a win. Let's go. Woo! Woo-hoo-hoo! That's what happens when you get a little scared about it. Alright, that felt good. Let's do one more though. That felt good. They were never gonna win. I never had also, this is very funny that I did this. And then shout out TJP, great sport about the fact that I was showing this off on stream to TJP and titled it that, and then proceeded to, with Palmot, kill all of his Pokemon with Palmot. That was like, ooh, regenerator, ooh, two regenerators, a levitator, sturdy, flame body, another levitator, prankster, sword of ruin, technician ice shard. Oh my god, that's actually fucking oh my god. Oh, that's disgusting. Hold on. Do you have a levitate Pokemon? No, that would have been sick as fuck to go with the Psychic Surge, though. Because if you had levitate, I would just use it. Like, I would do. Alright, we're gonna do Volbeat. Prankster Sport. Prankster Wish, or I'm gonna go going to go levitate that. And then flame body. Oh, wait. I should probably do... No, hold on. It should be boom, 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 boom. Is it Mesprit or is it Gastrodon? Stealth Rocks or Disruption? I want... oh boy, there's also Screamtail. Fuck. I think I need to go with Screamtail because of the amount of fucking fighting Pokemon here. Okay. So that's a sharpness. Do you have a ground type? Yes, you have a Gastrodon. Let's just go for the Thunder Wave. Excellent. All right. We're going to U-turn here. I don't want to go to Smeargle just yet. I'm going to go to Talonflame for Flame Body nonsense. And then Overheat into Slowking. So, you I'm going to go into Alola Mola. Because you can't really do too much to me. Oh, you could have Storm Drain on Gastrodon. That would have known. No, why wouldn't you have gone for... Why wouldn't you have gone... I'm confused. That's fine. Flip turn. Okay, so you don't... Can I go to Smeargle now? Chilly Reception. All right, who are you going to go to? Because I went here because I want the Technician boost. I have Choice Band on Chien-Pao, or do I have Heavy Duty Boots? I forget. Berserker comes out. Choice Band. I think I want to go back into Alola and just go for Scald. Okay, Rocky Helmet. Good, good. Life Orb. All right. And then you can go into like Chestnut, Iron Crown. If you go into either one of these two, I'm okay with it. Because I'm just going to wish in front of you. I'm going to wish. Psycho Cut. That could have killed. That could have definitely killed. I'm going to protect here. That did 27. You're definitely banded. Maybe not adamant band, but... Oh, that's fine. I would like to put your Pokemon to sleep, though. So I'm going to wish again. And then we're going to Scald and then Protect next turn. And now I'm going to Protect here. That's actually okay. Right? Because now I'm protected. You don't damage me. Oh, it still goes through? Son of a bitch. God damn it. I thought it didn't. We're going to go into Smeargle. I'm going to Smeargle. I have Prankster Spore. Beautiful. All right. Night-night. Shell Smash. Stay asleep one more turn. Stay asleep one more turn. Stay asleep one more turn, please. Please stay asleep one more turn. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. All right. Well, the good news is 3 of your Pokemon are weak to Chien-Pao. The bad news is I can't bring Chien-Pao in safely. Alola Mola Alola Mola versus Psychic. It's a kill. I'm faster and I can go for an overheat. So we'll do that. I need you to just go to sleep. Just one. Stay asleep once, dickhead. Well, twice, really. I'm going to go for Brave Bird. Brave Bird into Scald doesn't look good for me, though. This is when you spin the rocks away forehead. I wish I had the rocks. I don't have the rocks. I can't spin them away. I don't have something that spins them away or even gets rid of them. I'm gonna Brave Bird again here for some damage. You're probably gonna go into Berserker. Get spin. I can't just get spin. All right, so there's I'm gonna overheat. That might get a kill. Bad drafting. It's not a draft. I couldn't draft. Oh my god. All right. You can go for an Aqua Cutter here. Oh wait, no, hold on. So if you go into I missed that. That sucked. I'm gonna burn you. That's fine. You I can burn. I'm happy with that because you're choice band. And as such, I'm gonna go to I need to get these all in like a range where like Crunch kills. Crunch does not kill. Crunch does kill that. Crunch does kill this. Crunch will kill that. Let's do this. We're gonna do here, and I'm gonna U-turn. Oh, your choice, Scarf, huh? Even better. Okay, so your choice, Scarf. I'm gonna go into Alola Mola. I'm gonna flip turn because this Aqua Cutter ain't gonna do shit to me. And you're gonna bring in Slowking. I flip turn. I'm gonna go into Chien-Pao. Chien-Pao? Yeah, I'm gonna go into Chien-Pao. Chien-Pao. Who is your resist here? Is it Chestnut or is it Terrakion? Or did you bring Avalugg? I'm just gonna go Crunch. I'm crunching on you. Ooh, 47. Let me get another. Let me get that kill. Give me that kill. Give me the kill. Give me the kill. Give me the kill. Give me the kill. Good guy though. I am a good guy. You're right. Come on. Give me the kill. Give me the kill. Give me like Veluza. You're definitely gonna give me the Veluza so you can position somebody here. Dude, he's stealing these. All right, good job, Chien-Pao. Way to get one. Way to get one on the board, pal. Really wish that fucking Iron Crown would sleep for another. Would have slept for another turn. Would have been great. Braviary. All right. I can wish you back up. So I'm gonna go into Screamtail. Perfect. And that's your Terra. Excellent. I'm going to go for a Wish. Here comes Veluza. Your Scarf. So I'm just gonna go for a Play Rough here. Flip turn. That's fine. Who comes in? Reverum. Okay. You can't Terra, so I'm going to. I have Flame Body though, so the question is, I'm gonna go into Alola Mola on the shift gear. Yep, and then I'm going to go High Horsepower. Does not kill, and Gunk Shot is the only other one that I need to worry about here. Gunk Shot does kill. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to leave and go into Volbeat. And then go into Alola, who I then can wish. Tank. Please let this gunk shot not kill. Thank you. Well, that's unfortunate. Alright, we're gonna go in here, and I'm gonna... now, I guess I'll fucking die here. I'm gonna Terra here. I see the problem is, like, it doesn't do anything. I have to, like, Sacred Sword. So, I need to, like, Thunder Wave, I think. Land the Thunder Wave. Iron Head. Okay. You Life Orbed. If you shift gear again, you'll be faster than Chien-Pao. I'm just gonna play rough. Oh yeah, I don't need to wish up Chien-Pao. I have fucking Regenerator. Alright. So now I lose. Cause it goes right into Braviary, and Braviary lives a crunch and kills me with close combat. Yep. All right, did not go the way I wanted to. Losing. I should have probably played Smeargle a little bit better. But all right, that is it. That's gonna be the stream. That's gonna be it. I go to bed now. Thank you all for hanging out. My hair is crazy. Thank you all for hanging out. I need to get earbuds for stream. Headphones for editing. Thank you all for hanging out. I appreciate it. And I will see you guys. I want to stream like once a week. Classes are getting a little bit tight in terms of, like, I think I got like 4 or 5 more weeks. But I want to stream. I got a nice little space now. I can stream a little bit more. But also other stuff I got to do. So I don't want to say I'm going to do a lot of stream stuff, but also Champions is coming out. So I want to do that. And those might just be like no cam, relax-ish. Like we just kind of hang out and just battle. So, oh, sweet. Hell yeah. One more for the fucking road. One Banavator. Yeah, one more for the road. Let's get him the fuck out of here. Yeah, that's right. All right. I'll see y'all guys and goyles and thems, ladies, gentlemen, themtomens, ladies, and themtomens. We'll see y'all on the flip side. Between now and the next time I see you, do something good. Be kind to yourselves. Be nice to people around you. Do something good to yourselves. Nice to people around you. Do something kind for a stranger. It could be easy and as simple as just giving people space at the grocery store in the checkout aisle. Wash your hands. Wash your ass. Wash your calves. And I will continue to love you guys with top, bottom, sides, corners, back, front, inside, and outside of my heart. And remember, it is not enough to just be tolerant. You must be anti-intolerance, anti-racism, anti-sexism, anti-homophobia, anti-transphobia, anti-bigotry in all of its ugly, ugly forms. I love you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Stay tuned in the Discord. That's how you can stay pretty much up to date on how. I didn't turn my. I got it next time. Discord.grum. Discord.grum.tv. I think I renewed Grum.tv. I'm pretty sure I did. If not, we'll find out. I love you guys. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, stay. Mwah.